Another successful mission.
You just look strangely uncomfortable. Can you ask the raptor for motivation, please? Okay.
She's very photogenic.
Nothing can stop us now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's Chip and Dale. How are you guys doing? Hello, Grogu.
Don't he be shy. If you want him over.
Now, Universal Orlando Resort, Earl the Squirrel needs his own Christmas tree over here for the meet and greet. I think so. I think we're gonna make that happen. We'll put that.
4 of you have tried to kill me in the past. 1 of you succeeded.
Do you think the people on the moon ever look over and say, wow, it's a full spaceship Earth tonight? Well, welcome back to the sign welcoming you to Universal Orlando Resort.
Terrifying, isn't it?
Hiya, Scooby! We're here at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort with the newly opened Kona. I don't remember what it's called. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, and welcome in to a slightly modified live stream for this morning. Good to have you guys with us. Glad you could come in and hang out with us for just a bit. And if you're new to Ear to Ear Magic, hi, my name is Chris. And next to me, driving this morning, is Susan. So she is going 70 miles per hour toward the city of Miami, which we have been doing now for just over 2 hours. So you guys are traveling with us, so welcome in. Glad you guys can join us. We were regularly scheduled to be at Animal Kingdom this morning for 2 hours. We were not going to leave for Miami until after 10 a.m. so that we could meet our appointment time somewhere between 3 and 4 p.m. this afternoon to meet with my doctor at the Bascom Palmer Eye Institute in Miami University. I do apologize to everybody who was ready and was looking forward to being in Animal Kingdom today. Normally we do stream from the parks at Disney, Universal, and others every Monday through Friday. And because we did have this regularly scheduled, instead of canceling the stream, we decided to bring you guys along with us for a little bit, just so that we could check in and have a chance to chat with everybody. It's always very important for us to be able to do that, so glad to have everybody in. Now, unfortunately, this sometimes happens whenever we start a stream. The program that we use does not grab all the information, so I know that I'm live, but I can't see any information from YouTube. So what I'm going to do is quickly do a refresh, hoping that we can grab that information and I can jump into the chat with you guys in a bit. So give me just a second, I'll refresh and we'll be back with you guys in just a few seconds. lot easier to refresh when I don't have to worry about turning the camera back around the other direction, isn't it? So welcome in, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to jump into the chat and hang out with you guys for a bit. Thank you to everybody who has come in for this morning. Cindy, good morning. How are you feeling today? We have an amazing group of people here in our community, our Ohana, our Magic crew, and we're all kind of at times going through medical concerns and issues, and I know Cindy has had her fair share, so I hope you're doing well today, Cindy. Welcome in, Kate. Good to see you. Good morning, me and my life. Thank you to our mods for coming in this morning and helping us to keep things going. Welcome in. This is Dad. How are you? Welcome in, Jasper. So today, let's kind of give you guys a background for those who want to follow up and or just to bring up the speed as what's going. Currently, the speed is at the speed limit of 70 miles per hour. Of course, I had back when we were on a business cruise, so to speak, to explore and to check out the Virgin Voyages cruise line and to experience the ship, the Scarlet Lady. Back in August, Susan and I were walking around Key West, one of the ports for that particular cruise, and I kept thinking I saw something in my eye. This something was in my vision, as if there was a bug or something flying around my eye, and I kept swatting at it. And Susan's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know, something just looks weird. Like I keep getting a branch or a bug in my eye or something." And a few days later, we departed from the ship. We were driving back on this exact road right here, back to Orlando, and I noticed that was still there. And that when I closed my right eye, and it was the first time in 3 days that I had done it, I closed my right eye, looked only through my left eye, and it looked like I was looking through a jar of dirty water, and I just, for some reason, had not done that up to that point. And so, after going through an emergency room, 2 ophthalmologists, and all this other stuff, it was determined that I did, in fact, have a detached retina. Not due to any trauma, specifically, but we ended up back in Miami. The Boscombe Palmer Institute out of University of Miami is one of the number one. What's that?
It is the number one.
Well, they say they're number one, but there's also this place in New York City that says they have the world's best coffee. So I mean, that's just they've been rated the number one eye institute for eye care in the nation in certain places. But I knew it was going to be a good facility. So back in August 29th, I showed up in their emergency room center to have a look at my eye. Dr. Hudson looked at it, said, "Yes, you need to be taken care of immediately." She called, had them stay late that day, and they performed, I think it was a Monday night, Tuesday night. They performed a eye surgery on me. At the end of the day, everyone who was part of the operation, anesthesiologist, the techs, everyone all agreed to stay late so that I could be taken care of. They put a gas bubble in my eye, nitrous oxide, I believe. I have to wear a bracelet that says yes, I do have nitrous oxide in my eye, so that one, I am not allowed on airplanes, and 2, so if there was another medical emergency, they would know that I did have that in my eye. It was going to take 8 weeks for that nitrous oxide to go away, and it would dissipate, be slowly absorbed into my eye. So over the course of the time, I have gotten more of my vision back. The bubble is still there. I can always see it. And when I look up, the bubble goes farther down. When I look down, the bubble's right in the middle of my eye. I went for my 1-month checkup 2 weeks ago. Dr. Hudson had some pictures taken of my eye, and unfortunately, she located what she referred to as a pocket of fluid on my retina that should not be there, was of concern to her, and she said instead of waiting to the end of the month for the end of the whole procedure to be concluded, she wanted to see me in 2 weeks to see how that pocket of fluid was going. We had it scheduled to be there between 3 and 4 p.m. this afternoon. So we had just enough time, and we are committed to bringing you guys to the parks and providing you guys a place to enjoy Disney and Universal. And so we carved out a 2-hour window to go to the parks before we had to head to Miami. Yesterday afternoon, we got communication with Doc Hudson, and all of a sudden we got an updated email from their service that says that she moved our appointment from 3 to 10 a.m. this morning. So in less than 2 hours, I will be back into the office. They'll be taking more pictures to see how things are going. And we'll figure out kind of how we're going to be going moving forward. So why are we still streaming? Because, you know, why do people care about what's going on with my eye, and why are we going to Miami, and what does that have to do with the price of tea in Disney? It doesn't, but there are people in our community who really enjoy spending time with one another despite what's happening on my side of the camera. So whether or not we're riding Pirates of the Caribbean, or the camera is staring at a wall watching the paint dry, there are a group of people in here who really enjoy spending their mornings hanging out with one another and chatting. So whereas there is going to be a group of people who are looking for those parks backgrounds and not seeing it, may continue to move on, there is an absolutely wonderful group of people who are still in here checking in and hanging out with each other this morning. So I don't know how long we'll be live. I really just want to see and get the feel of how you guys are feeling. By the way, just to show you guys, my depth perception is way off. I will turn the camera around for just a bit, show you the lightning speed that Susan's making at the moment. Don't worry, people are passing her, she's not passing them. She's very good about following the speed. And we're making our way on the expressway, the tollway down to the Miami area. Thank you, JC. We hopefully things will go well today. Thank you, Gabriel. Appreciate that, Sue Ann. Thank you, Cooper Benji. So we really appreciate that, Julie. The only reason that I still have this thing turned on, honestly, if I could play a replay of Disney and let you guys still chat, you know, that would be a great outcome as well. But we wanted everyone to still have an opportunity to have some time together this morning to chat and hang out. So we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much, Christy. Happy Friday. Thank you, Jasmine. I missed all the puns this morning, Tony. Gabriel says he drives the speed limit sometimes. And also because we're coming down, the reason Doc Hudson said that we should come down today is because Susan and I already had plans to be in Miami tomorrow for I don't know if you call it a media event. It's just an event with another cruise line, and they are providing us a ship inspection of one of their ships. So we're going to be going to the port to go look at their ship and spend some time there to get pictures, video, and become familiar with what they have to offer as a cruise line. And then Saturday night they are basically having a little gala for Travelmation to come hang out in the Miami area. So we knew we were coming down for that event anyway. because even though we come and stream from the parks from Disney and Universal, Susan and I are still Travelmation travel agents and really big about making sure you guys know we do more than just Disney and Universal when it comes to travel. So getting to see ship inspections and like that was important. When we came 2 weeks ago for my follow-up and the doc was really concerned about me coming back in, we mentioned we're coming for ship inspections. She's like, well, why don't you just come and see me the afternoon before, since we'll be coming in Friday. We're 76 miles away from Miami at the moment. So happily ever says, hey, you coming down to my hood? Coming? is this your hood? Are we 76 miles away from you? So the other thing is, in March of next year, guys, we will be on our next group sailing for our community here. For those who are already signed up for it, or those who might still be interested, next March, March 20th to the 24th, we will be with a group of us from the Magic Crew on the Scarlet Lady with Virgin Voyages. And one of the things that we're kind of scouting out so we can see several people who are going on that group cruise with us in March, maybe flying in early, because it's always good to come in the day before you go on a cruise. Don't come in the day of, because then you have a flight delay or something, you can miss your cruise ship. So one of the things we're kind of trying to double task here, multitask. Susan's been scouting out a really good local hotel for anyone who will be coming with us on that group cruise in March. If you wanted to fly in early, drive in early, you can stay in. We all could stay in the same hotel. And so we will be checking out this weekend the Residence Inn. It is right there. It's about 7 miles from the port. It's on the beach. And we're hoping that it turns out really well this weekend, and we'll have pictures and videos to share for all those who will be going with us on the group cruise in March, to see if that is a great location for all of us to hang out the night before we go on the group cruise. So look for more of that. If you guys are going with us on the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady in March, look for more information. We might even, if we have the opportunity, we might even go live. I don't know. From the hotel at some point, let you guys take a look at it, but we'll do it from the Facebook group page. So if you guys are already booked on that March cruise, we'll see if we can do that with you guys, or at least give you guys some pictures, some video of it. So keep an eye open for that. So it's try to put a lot of stuff in. Doctor's visit, checking out a hotel for March, and then also going on it's the cruise line is Scenic Cruises, and they are going to be taking us on one of their ships tomorrow. So
they're small. They're more like a mega yacht as opposed to a small cruise ship.
Yes, they're not like a mega cruise, gigantic, like we're going to be on the Allure next year with you guys in June. It's a huge ship with Royal Caribbean. Scenic is much smaller.
And they have 2 helicopters and a mini sub.
A mini sub.
A mini sub.
Carol wants to know, did you guys find a Miami vibe outfit? In other words, did we find the Miami chic? I don't know if we hit the Miami chic or not, Carol.
We'll see.
So, welcome in, Calvin. Happy Miami commute. In 2 weeks, we'll be celebrating the cruise successfully. Yeah, in 2 weeks, is it 2 weeks from today? Oh gosh, 2 weeks from today, we will be running together in the Run Disney Wine and Dine 5K with everyone who wants to run with us that morning, who signed up for the races, and looking forward to doing that. We will walk that race and everyone who runs along with us. So, looking forward to seeing that with you guys. Good morning, Calvin. Welcome in, Rob. It's like I'm all about Disney and cruising. It's great when you can, when your vacations circle around the Disney parks, and then you can go on a cruise, and even once in a while you can even combine the two and go on a Disney cruise. So that works out well too when you get the mouse on the water. Jill's ready for the wine and dine. By the way, guys, yesterday they runDisney revealed the course for the 5K. So, and it's pretty much the same as it was the last two 5Ks we've had in Epcot. But they did confirm that yesterday. Happily ever, what time did you guys leave? We left right at 6 a.m. Morning, Captain Tuttle. Good to see you this morning. And Anonymous, or I should say Anonymous, just sent in a tip to the channel for $10. This can always use gas money. Oh, we can. Thank you so much, Anonymous. We greatly appreciate that. Susan filled up yesterday. I think the gas has gone down a little bit. It was what, $3.19?
It was only
like
$50.
It was like $50 to fill the tank for. That was not too bad, as opposed to it had gotten worse over the summer. So thank you so much, Anonymous. And we just got a PayPal. We just got a PayPal. We just got a PayPal. I'm a very thoughtful and generous Magic group. Thank you, guys. We appreciate that. And let me jump back. Let me catch back up to the chat. Good morning, Lynn. Yeah, so we're hoping we'll give you guys some updates. We'll let you guys know how it's going on. We may come in and chat with the Patreon group later on. But for now, probably about 10 a.m. we'll be coming into the Bascom Palmer group. I'll wait in that awesome waiting room. I was told that I was not allowed to eat after midnight, because if I did, I would turn into a gremlin. So no food. I can only have a little bit of water this morning, which kind of stinks, but thank you, Cat's Mouse Game. I'm looking forward to you guys' trip coming up. I know you guys are going to have so much fun. Tony says we will be at Disney the days before cruise, so get the mouse in, and then get the cruising in there too. Always go parks first, then cruise, because then you can go crazy, and then you can relax on your cruise. A cruise is a great vacation after your vacation, Julia says flew from Canada for a cruise in from Florida in winter, came 4 days early. There you go. Yeah, Jill, the hotel that Susan picked out is on the beach. So one of the reasons we chose it is because we wanted to have that opportunity. So we might get some pictures of the beach and show you guys what it looks like as well. Welcome in, Warman. Miss Meow Meow's watching with us this morning. Good to see you. Thank you, Carol. How are you doing today? This is a weird being able to do a live stream where I can sit here and not have to worry about focusing on walking and everything. It's really, sometimes it's hard to multitask when you live stream in the parks, because you're continually walking, moving, trying not to trip over the people. It's kind of nice to do, just kind of sit for a bit. Mark says we did the Star Wars 10K and never had so much fun running. Disney does do an incredible job with their races. You're doing a race, it's not so much about the time for most people, it's about the experience. So it's kind of really good. So Tony wants to know what kind of car are we in. Well, you know us, we have a Rolls Royce with upgraded leather interior.
Right.
It is a paid off 2014 Ford Explorer. So
It's always my goal to drive a car until the wheels fall off. So.
yeah, we tend to we try to get everything out of a vehicle. Chrissy says this view kind of makes me feel like I'm running. I hope this is not making anyone nauseous, but like you're riding in a car. I mean, you kind of are riding in a car. How you doing today, Surfer Girl? Hope you guys have a great weekend. Welcome in, Sam. You know, Three Strands, I don't remember seeing one yesterday. If let me go back and check just to make sure. I try to make sure I always acknowledge that, because I think it's, for me, it feels wrong not to let you guys know if something like that comes through. And if I did not, then I probably didn't see it. So, you know what? We did, and it was right in the middle of the stream, Three Strands. I don't know what were we doing at 11:47? At 11:47 a.m. yesterday. So we did. Thank you so much. I think, you know, and some people get really upset if I don't sing the PayPal song when they donate to the channel. Whereas some people are like, you know, I think he could get rid of that song now. It's annoying. I can't believe he still sings it 3 years later. There are still people who will contact us and say, we just wanted to hear that song. I have mentioned before to groups of people, I have polled private polls within people in the channel and say, you know, I think people might be over that. I think it might be time to get rid of that. Because, you know, for me, it's always been an idea of sincerity, but I don't ever want to do it to the point where it's outlived its purpose. And every time I bring it up, people are like, don't you dare. So I'm like, I don't know what to do sometimes. But Three Strands, we just got a PayPal yesterday at 11:47 a.m. We just got a PayPal. We just got a PayPal from the Magic Crew. Appreciate that, Three Strands. We did. Three Strands yesterday sent in a PayPal of $6.26. And that, guys, is always an acknowledgement of not me, not the channel, but the people in the live chat, of how amazing you guys are and how much fun it is to hang out with you guys in live stream. So thank you guys so much, Johanna. 626, that's our sign of Ohana there, so appreciate it. And I missed the update on Cindy. I know Cindy was in the hospital earlier. Are you still in the hospital, Cindy, or are things getting better? Just make sure you do. We want to make sure. So, ooh, I'm getting sideways. Did we go sideways somewhere? I don't know. Sometimes when we're in the car, the
lane shifted.
I feel like we're sideways. My gimbal feels like it's sideways. Captain Tuttle says you have to sing the PayPal song. See? So, Paula says I just got back from the gym. I was on the treadmill. Now I feel like I'm still on it. We're going to start having treadmill live streams now, just so you guys can all do your cardio together. We're just going to start doing something like this. We'll get on a bicycle and start going around places and let you guys get some miles on your treadmill. So, Anthony says, you do you, Chris. You know, and sometimes that's all I can do. We appreciate it, Three Strands. The biggest way you help is like even like Anthony says, you do you, hang out, and we're just glad to have you in the chat always. It is kind of true, me and my people demanding that song feels like that kid from Shrek 3. You know the kid, the little kid dressed up like the berries and cream kind of outfit, the little boy blue outfit, and he walks up and he's like, do the war, do the war. What it reminds me of me in my life is the scene from The Incredibles where Par comes home from a really bad day at the office, and he comes and he gets out of his car, his tiny little car, and he slams the door and he breaks the car, and he turns and there's this kid on a big wheel or a tricycle, like on the sidewalk on the driveway. And Mr. Incredible's looking at him like, what are you looking at, kid? Or like, what are you expecting, kid? And the kid's like, I don't know. Something amazing, I guess. Surfer Girl says, no, never stop singing that awesome song. As long as you guys are good with it, we'll do it. Whenever everybody comes together and says it's time to get rid of it, I will be glad to. Travis says hello and good morning. Welcome in, Travis. Cindy says, I'm home now. I found I've had pneumonia for a couple of weeks. The doctors dropped the ball on that one. Ouch. So you've had pneumonia and you just had no clue, and that's rough. I'm hoping that means that a diagnosis usually means a treatment. So I hope that means you're feeling much better than you were before. I'm still waiting on more tests on your lung. Well, I'm glad that you're home, and again, I hope that it's a good sign.
Use the left 2 lanes to keep left onto Florida's Turnpike S.
Anthony says, not sure I ever mentioned this, but Miami is where I met my wife. I was living there about a year. She was visiting for spring break. 2 months later, I moved to New York to be with her. 27 years later. Wow, you moved from Miami to New York?
Keep left.
You knew her for 2 months, and you moved from Miami to New York.
For 46
wow, I'm
miles,
glad that worked
continue
out.
straight on.
That's cool. We met a woman at the grocery store earlier this week who explained to us that she has been living in the Orlando area now for 2 years.
Yeah.
She moved here from the New York area, so she went the opposite way, Anthony. She moved here 2 years ago to be with her boyfriend, but they've since have broken up.
Yeah.
And I asked her, I said, do you like the area? And she's like, no. She's like, it's hot. She's like, it's really hot. She's like, but she's still here.
Yeah.
And then the reason
She's in school right now.
she's in school, and then she also said that she noticed Owen's bag, his Epcot Loungefly, and she's like, I've been here 2 years. I haven't been to Disney yet. So I hope that life gets better. I hope she starts to enjoy living in Orlando, and I hope she gets to Disney soon. I don't know, something amazing, I guess. That's just a great line. Welcome in, Sophia.
Yes, on the turnpike.
So yeah, we were supposed to be in Animal Kingdom this morning, guys. If you're just joining in, you're like, what happened to the schedule? The doctor changed our schedule today from 3 o'clock to 10 a.m. It's a 4-hour drive to Miami, so yeah, we didn't get to do our 2-hour stream from Animal Kingdom this morning.
This is not a regular clinic day for her, so she's fitting us in between surgeries.
Yeah, she's just kind of fitting us in where she can. I do remember when we had our conversation with Doc Hudson 2 weeks ago, she said, well, whenever you guys can get here to do this follow-up, she goes, it's okay even if it's on the weekend. She's like, I'm always here. And that's the way she said it. She's like, I'm always here.
Just like, no.
I'm like, oh, I'm so sad. No wonder she's never seen
I
Cars.
want to be like, you need to let me plan you a vacation.
Her name
You
is-
need a vacation.
Her name is Doc Hudson, and we're like, Doc. And it's like, you're the Hudson Hornet. But she didn't understand the reference. We're like, it's from Cars, and she's like, oh, I've never seen that one. I'm like, now I understand why she's never seen Cars. She's always at the hospital.
She's dedicated.
So,
She's very dedicated.
Cheryl says, good morning. Here's my take on the PayPal song. It's totally up to you if you sing it or not. Sending positive thoughts for good news today. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about the PayPal song. It was never intended to be a thing.
It's just a silly little.
It was just a silly little way to put a smile on people's faces. Because honestly, you know, back when the PayPal song first came around, I want you guys to know that our streams, we appreciate it when people would donate, but at that point, three years and how many months now? 3 years and 4 months now. When the PayPal song first came around was actually about 3 years ago. It wasn't at the very beginning, but I wanted to find a way to make sure that people knew that I'd recognized that they of and supported, and that it's not just a, oh, you gave, well, you should have attitude I've sometimes seen across just YouTube, period. Not Disney community, just YouTube. Like, okay, thanks, you know, and then they keep going. I'm like, you know, I just didn't want to do it that way. And it was just kind of a whim. But so many people just kind of, you know, enjoyed it. So we kept it around. Sam says today is our 39th anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
That is so awesome. 39th. This is, we will be on the group cruise in June and a Disney cruise for our 40th anniversary.
That's very cool.
What is 40 years? You know, every anniversary has like a thing.
I don't know.
You know, like 27 is like ceramic. I don't know. It's like it's I think it used to be a lot more of a thing than it is nowadays.
Yeah, I think so.
But I wonder what 40 is. Because, you know, 50 is golden, right?
Yeah. Okay.
What's silver? 25?
I don't know.
So, well, happy anniversary, Sam. Tomorrow, Mark will be on doing the single digit dance. I hope to see you in the parks too, Mark. I really want to see you. I don't want to meet you. I want to see you. I mean, meeting, but I want to actually see you if that's possible. How you doing today, Andrew? Welcome in. Mouse Talk chopped in because it's like, we hope you were on Brightline. That would have been awesome, Mouse Talk.
That would have been cool.
That would.
Brightline is very cool, but not in our budget for this.
Yeah.
No.
That would have been an awesome stream, Mouse
That
Talk.
would have been amazing.
I would have hyped it up a whole lot more for that.
Exactly.
What? So Mouse Talk's talking about the new Brightline service just opened up midway of September, and it's not even been a month. Well, it's been just over a month now, right?
No, not even that.
Not even a month since
No.
they were going to start. It was supposed to start 1st of September, but they got delayed for a couple of weeks.
Like last
So Brightline is a train service, a speed train, so to speak.
Yeah,
Not a
high
bullet
speed.
train. That would be cool. But it's a high-speed train. Right now, it's been in for for a long time in between areas like Fort Lauderdale and Miami. But they just completed and started their service all the way up to Orlando. So if you guys ever do have a cruise in Miami, especially if you are a local and don't want to do the drive, you can grab yourself a ticket on the Brightline train.
If you want to do Disney and then finish out a cruise, or do a cruise and then finish out, do Disney after, it makes transportation between the Miami and Fort Lauderdale ports much
Morning, Ruby. Much more
less stressful.
more palatable,
Yeah.
especially if you can get the if you opt for the premium. You get to sit the first class, like it's like a first class on a plane.
Wide seats.
Much bigger seats,
all
and
snacks.
they provide snacks, and they give you a little warm
They have a
towel.
lounge before while you're waiting, where they
Drinks.
also have snacks and drinks.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I've actually been on it. Matter of fact, it was back in May, I think. Was it May or June? Brightline actually invited Travelmation, anyone who wanted to do it. So I decided to take them up on it. And so I drove down to Fort Lauderdale, and to make the announcement that they were going to open up in September, they took us from Fort Lauderdale to Miami, did the PR announcement, and then took us back to Fort Lauderdale. Got the snacks, we got to check out the train. It was really, really nice. And much better than having to drive 3.5 hours if that's something that you're going to have to deal with.
And inevitably, our drive always winds up being more like 4 hours.
Tony says Miami is just a different kind of animal kingdom. It might be more wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. At least the animals in Animal Kingdom were a little more. What's the word I'm looking for? Not tame, just predictable. So, Molly Ma'am, good morning. Good morning. Charlie says Doc Hudson's pretty awesome. I've never been lucky to have a doctor that flexible. There is a reason, Charlie, that we're seeing a doctor in Miami and not one in Orlando. First of all, the only reason that we went to Miami in the first place is because when we were expected to have a hurricane coming through, the doctors in Orlando were asking us to give an upfront $2,000 deposit for the surgery to be scheduled.
But then they weren't even sure when they would.
And we weren't even sure if they were going to be able to schedule because of the incoming weather from the storm.
They were pulling forward surgeries.
And just that it was just a, hey, you got $2,000 cash, right? I mean, this is a Tuesday. My retina's detaching, and they're like, you got two grand on you, right? And we're like, no. And he's like, okay, well, you can go to a teaching hospital. Okay. And he's like, there's one in Miami. We'll give you some information. You can just drive down there, and they'll take care of you because you ain't got no money, is what basically we were told. So like, send us to a teaching hospital. I had the worst thoughts about that, Charlie. I'm thinking teaching hospital. Great. I'm gonna be put into some room with a kid who's just learning and doesn't know anything, and I'm like going to be worked on like some guy who's learning how to give haircuts for the first time. Well, he's going to cut into my eye, and the teacher's going, oh no, that wasn't the right way to do that. We'll get it right on the next guy. That was my impression. Got into the Oscar Palmer and realized this is no second class, YouTube learned school classroom. This is a extremely professional facility, and they didn't question. They just said, do you have $2,000, sir, or can you pay it? No, we're going to take care of your eye, then we'll work out the rest of it. So it was extremely professional, and they've done such a great job. That's why when she said, this is what Doc's actually said, and Susan will, corroborate this. At one point, Doc said, I can set you up with a doctor in Orlando for follow-up if you guys feel more comfortable, because it's a long drive down here. But she did such a good job. She had such great information, and she was such great bedside manner.
And she pointed out, she's like, nobody knows
your eye better than you.
Eye right now better than I do.
So we said, you know what, we're gonna keep coming down here, Doc. And she's just been an amazing physician, taking good care of us. So yeah, I think so. Doc Hudson needs a piston. I think when this is all said and done, Captain Tuttle, that would be a really great thing. If I can find a way to have it sent to her, we'll send her a piston cup as a thank you from us to the hospital. Maybe she'll see the movie then. It's pretty cool, Surfer Girl. When they introduced, I'm Dr. Hudson, and I'm like, Hudson. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I was trying not to be the Disney nerd, bring that up. We didn't mention it until our second visit, our follow-up, and then she was kind of shocked. She had no clue. No one had ever said that before. Now, Anthony wanted to ask Mouse Talk if they'd actually ridden on the Brightline before. I would recommend, take a day trip to Miami, enjoy it. It's a good experience, and it was my first time ever being on a high-speed train like that. I mean, it wasn't too. It's a whole lot more comfortable than, say, in MARTA in Atlanta. I can say that way.
Very, very clean. Very. But you're getting what you pay for. So.
Yeah, you are paying for it. I mean, it is a it's a cost.
It's less than the cost of a flight from Orlando to Miami, and their security is at a different level than, say, the airport. So you also have that. Chris got to experience their security.
Their security. They also have a lounge in each of the stations, where if you are premium, you have a lounge you can go sit in that has drinks. It has a wine bar. It has a coffee station. It has full food, and it changes out for breakfast and later. So if you're early for your train and your train hasn't arrived yet, you can just sit there in the lounge and chill. Really nice. And even if you don't have that premium or prepaid experience, they do have
same food available for purchase.
Yeah, they still have like grab and go locations and stuff like that. For the station in Miami, they actually have a full bar you can sit at and get food and drinks as well. The other thing is when I was having my waiting for my eye surgery on the 29th of August, there were two nurses that were sitting with me as I was waiting for prep to go in for surgery. And the one nurse that I spoke to for a while, she says she's been doing it for a very long time. She takes Brightline every day to work. She lives just north of Fort Lauderdale, and she takes Brightline every day.
Yeah.
When that is her commute. She says it's so much easier. She says if I were to drive, she says it would take me about an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, depending on traffic. She says, she gets on the train, that's 15 minutes.
I feel that. Every time we drive here,
Speed check required ahead on Florida's Turnpike S.
Have a speed
we
check.
start with, it's fine if I have a speed limit. We always start with like a 3.5 hour commute, and then by the time we get close into Miami, it's turned into a 4-hour commute, and it's just traffic, Miami traffic.
Right, so.
What happened?
Well, because I've got the vibrations of the car. There we go. My screen zoomed too much and I couldn't bring it back in. Matt B says, I work for a teaching hospital. They have some of the best doctors that teach young residents. And it really is truly the case. I know at least here. And I had the completely inaccurate and wrong impression of it at the time.
So the type of surgery that Chris had, they do like a twilight. They do put you out, but not completely. And so every once in a while, he would bump up a little.
Actually, I think I was pretty much out for the majority.
You asked them to put you down.
Yeah.
As deep as they could, but it's not unusual for you to start to wake up a little bit. And he heard Doc Hudson instructing someone, so
she was pretty much doing the procedure most of the time, but the entire time the resident was there with her. And she would give like she would give instructions and say, okay, you're gonna do this and do it, vertical. And I heard so many medical terms that I'd never heard before. It was scary. I had no idea that I had all those Latin names inside my eyeball.
quizzed along the way, right?
Oh, it's like it was like a trivia contest.
This way?
Now, I'm going to tell you that we're going to do it this way. We're going to go from the diagonal over. There are two different ways you can do it. This is better for this, and this. And yeah, okay, I'm going to get that. Yes, this is why we do it that way. And it was a lot of instructions were going on when I did become cognizant and could hear the procedure. When I did become aware of what was going on, I could also see everything, because what do? You can't exactly close your eye. So, you know, I got to see everything coming right at me. It was like the worst 3D movie ever. I'm hoping. Also, I did not know this. They took longer than expected. She said it was going to be about a.
And they did. It was supposed to be 60 to 90 minutes. And
60
it
to
was a little over 2 hours.
So I had about 40 minutes more than I was supposed to have.
There were some complications during the surgery.
Complication.
And
That's why I woke up twice.
I think it was good that we were there. Like I just feel like the outcome was so much
Worked
better.
out so much better that way. Hello, Pickle Shake. Good morning. I know you. Every time, Jackie. Every time I think about the fact that we're now getting to the last couple of months of the year, and I'm like, I don't want it to be Halloween yet. I still want to be a little bit more Halloween season. I haven't got to enjoy the Halloween season. I haven't been able to go to Halloween Horror Nights, guys. I invested into a pass that let me go to Halloween Horror Nights and take you guys there, and I haven't even been able to do it because of this eye. And I don't want it to be over yet. But I know the good thing is that once we're through the holiday season, we've got some really fun things to do with you guys in March and in June of next year. And if things go really, really well, and we can persuade Susan, we might even do another cruise at the end of the year.
We'll see.
On maybe Disney.
We'll see.
Maybe a Halloween cruise or a Christmas cruise.
Expensive.
I know it's expensive. It's more expensive, but it's still, you know, and there's a reason. There's a reason why we chose in the beginning. Our very first group cruise with the community was in Royal Caribbean. We wanted to be a little bit more accessible. We wanted to be a little bit lower in price so that more people would have the opportunity to join us. Virgin Voyages is the same thing. Lots of other opportunities and stuff like that. But there is some magic that has to be said about being on the seas with a Disney cruise. So, you know, there are people who love to do all kinds of experiences. And, you know, if we can make it work, I would love to be able to have a Disney cruise, group cruise with you guys as well. How long? I think we had to save up for about 4 or 5 months for us to take our family on the Royal Caribbean group cruise last year. So we have to kind of bake into our time us paying for our cruises as well. So we'll see. Maybe we can get on I'd love to do a Halloween on the high seas for Disney Cruise Line or a very maritime cruise. Welcome in, Alan. How you doing today? Happy Friday. Pickle Shake says a cruise at the end of the year sounds fun. Adam wants to do an ear-to-ear booze cruise.
Oh.
What would that be? Like carnival?
Yeah.
Oh, since we're in the car, guys, the gimbal doesn't like it when it changes. So whenever we change an elevation on the highway, it makes the gimbal go sideways. So I'll have to reset it every once in a while. Mark says, I'm terrible when it comes to my eyes. I think a lot of people have a hypersensitivity to eyes. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. As a kid, I couldn't even watch my mother put contact in her eyes. When Susan and I first got married, I tried to do contacts. It did not go well. I remember one time and this was back in 2000. What? I remember one morning I had the worst time getting my contacts in and having astigmatism in my left eye. Always been my left eye. And I spent like 20 minutes trying to get a contact in, and there was some time during that process I lost it. I'm like, just totally lost it. Couldn't find it. Had no idea where it went. So I had to open up a new one, do the whole process over again, and I finally got it in. It took me forever, and it was just, I couldn't touch my eye, I couldn't put the pressure on my eye. And I remember this was like brand new contacts for me. I'd never done contacts before. So after 2 weeks of this, I was supposed to go back in to the ophthalmologist to do a follow-up to see how the contacts were working, how everything was going, for the doctor to check my eyes, make sure that the vision was working well, that I was accustomed to the contacts working for my vision. I remember going in and getting my eyes examined for that follow-up, and the doctor was like looking, what is this? And she's like looking and checking my eye, and she's like inspecting the upper part of my eye, and she goes up into my eye and she pulls out a contact. The contact that I had lost the week before, I didn't drop it. It folded up and went to the top of my eye. And I just got another contact and stuck it on top of it. I had a contact folded in half and shoved in the corner of my eye for 7 days straight. I didn't have a really good run-in with contacts. And so I gave it a few months to try to make it work, but it never really got my vision just right. But the ophthalmologist was just shocked that I had a folded contact shoved up into the corner of my eye for a week. So yeah, I get that, Mark. I get that. Congaloose, Skipper Bob. Now we're in the lightning lane for Flight of Passage, and it's just taken forever. The wait today is about 4 hours. So how you doing, Bob? Cheers, James. How you doing this morning? It's just, that is why I wear glasses. That's why I wear glasses too. Jill's like, I don't think I can do contacts. Evidently, I didn't do either. Can't do it either. Good morning, Jessica. Charlie says can't do contacts and forget about eye drops. Yeah, well, let's not bring up eye drops. Nasal sprays too. I can do nasal sprays all the time, but our kids don't do nasal sprays very well. Caleb got pretty good at it. Jessica wants to go, what was it? OMG, how did you not go just inside crazy having that thing? I wear contacts and it drives me nuts when my contacts fold and go up in my eyelid. I didn't know that was a thing. And I think part of it was, Jessica, by the time I got my contacts in, I had spent so long just punching myself with my fingers at my eyeball. They were so red, they were so sore, I don't think I could have felt anything. It was just so much pain anyway, so I just didn't feel it. Cooper Benji says I need to wear glasses to drive. I'm gonna have to get new glasses, Cooper Benji. But only until after everything's done. Because of the surgery, they put a band around my left eye, which changed the shape of the eye, which means my vision will be different when it's done. But so these glasses really don't serve me right now. They're really only there to help my right eye for the time being. But I'll have to get brand new glasses when everything's said and done. How did the skating go yesterday? So yeah, we got to check out the Amelia Orlando Suite Hotel is starting today doing what they call eco-friendly ice skating now through the end of the year. And it's $15 for a half hour of skating. And
that includes the ice
that includes the skates, use of the skates. And they invited us out with other groups to just, they had said we could go skate too, so they brought us out. They provided some really cool snacks and treats from the hotel, which were cool. I had this hot mac and cheese. I mean, it was hot. I had seconds. And then they invited us all to get out on the ice to skate. And I had to tell the hotel guest relations managers, like, I would love to. I really want to. I said, but I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow in Miami, and if I were to fall while skating, and then I had to explain to my doctor what had happened, I just don't know if I could. My doctor would fix my eye, but then she'd kill me. But it's kind of cool to have some stuff. I'm going to be working on that to share with you guys, but it's going to be at the Melia Hotel. And if you're in the local area, it's a very small rink. It's not very huge. And they put it up right there in front of the hotel. It's going to be from 4 to 10 each day, I believe it is. And like I said, $15, 30 minutes of skating, includes the skates, and it's pretty cool because it's not real ice. You don't have to worry about freezing, refreezing, all that kind of stuff. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Please stand by. Good to see you now, viewing the world. How have you been? We haven't seen you in a bit, or at least I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing okay. Rachel wants to know were the contacts I had gas permeable ones?
They were soft.
They were soft. I think they were the soft lenses. Happy birthday, Lucas. I know Lucas has been counting down to his birthday for a while now, so happy birthday, Lucas. I hope you have an awesome time today. Enjoy it, celebrate it. Don says I still wear the gas permeable contacts, the hard ones. Tried the soft, but I couldn't get as good as a picture. That's why I stopped trying to wear contacts, is because I had to wear special contacts because of the astigmatism. I just they never got the vision right. I mean, even though I'm wearing my contacts, I couldn't see as well. So James says I get the dry heaves when my contacts roll up into my eye. I think from now on, if I ever tried to do that again, I probably would question it. Every time something didn't feel right, I'd feel like that's what was going on. Carol says I wore contacts for 20 years. After the incident with my eye last year, they say I can wear contacts, but I just can't anymore. I am really jealous, Carol, of people who have gotten LASIK and they're done. I know someone, I won't mention who they are. They got LASIK over 20 years ago, and they're still good with their one LASIK. I'm like, oh, how cool would that have been? I should turn the camera around. Can we see the hard
10
rock?
miles.
Yeah,
Take
we
the exit
should
to
line
merge onto
just like
I-95
right
towards US 441.
Let me see if I can turn it around in time. We are passing by the Hard Rock Hotel here in the Miami vicinity. I think it would be cool to stay in here. This hotel is shaped like a guitar.
And the reason
There's no fret though.
there's not gambling allowed generally in Florida, but this is it's located on a
Reservation.
Indian reservation. So
Anybody ever stayed in a guitar-shaped hotel before? Because my eyes are too dry for contacts. They're irritating to me, but I only wear glasses to read and work on a computer. And you wouldn't want to have to need them for certain experiences. I don't know if you'd want to have to deal with it 24/7 if you didn't have to, right? That's the thing. I had cataract surgery back in 2017. And it was amazing to me how much my vision changed after I had the cataract surgery, and I didn't have to wear glasses. I didn't have to wear glasses except to read. And I didn't even have to have those until about 6 months after the surgery. So for that first 6 months or so, it was so weird to be able to have not only that much better vision, but then everything was brighter. I thought the walls in our house were like a dull yellow. Turns out they had been white the whole time, and I just couldn't see them. This makes me wonder what else I'd missed. Anthony says, Susan, you should start designing split-stay vacations. A few nights in Walt Disney World and a few in Miami.
Oh, that would be fun.
Rob says, Universal missed a great opportunity to shape their hotel like a guitar at the Hard Rock.
I don't know though. The Hard Rock Hotel at Universal is pretty cool.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
But they could have shaped, they had some guitar shapes here and there. Don't forget, guys, if you ever stay at the Hard Rock Hotel, if you ever stay at the Hard Rock at Universal Orlando, when you are done, when you are finished with your vacation, make sure to take your room key to the front desk when you're leaving, and they will punch it. There's a punch machine they have that will turn your room key into a guitar pick, which it seems so silly, and why would you want to do that? But at the same time, I'm like, that seems really cool. That's a free souvenir. So don't just turn your car key, your room key back in. Take it up to the front and have them punch it into a guitar pick. The progressives. Maria says, I wear contacts sometimes because they give me problems, but Boscombe Palmer is the best. We have had such a great experience with this hospital. Good morning, Leo.
I'm calling at like less than 5 minutes on the stream because I'm going to need you to
We're getting ready.
navigate.
All right. Yeah, we are getting close. We're probably about 20 minutes away from getting there, and I'm going to have to help Susan navigate. But we thank you guys for popping in this morning. I do apologize for us not being able to take you guys to Animal Kingdom this morning. It was 100% our intention to do so. For those who jumped in a little bit later, yesterday afternoon I got an email from the hospital, said that they had updated our time. Doc Hudson wanted to have additional pictures taken of my eyes so she can have a good idea of what we're looking at. So instead of having us trying to fit us in between 3 and 4 o'clock between her surgeries, she wanted us to see if we could be here at 10 a.m. So instead of starting at Animal Kingdom, boom, we're here this morning. So we will give you guys some updates. We'll let you guys know. We'll do community tabs. If you guys are on our patron group, we now have a patron 24/7 chat room. So at any point I can just pop in and leave a chat. You guys can always see it easy enough, and you guys can chat back. So don't forget, guys, if you are a patron, that is a new feature, and it's pretty cool. So if you guys have always thought about maybe joining our Patreon group, the new updates that they've just done, it is pretty awesome that now you can go in and just chat. Even when this chat is over here on Livestream, and on the weekends we don't necessarily live stream Saturdays and Sundays, you can always go into the Patreon app and you can chat anytime you guys want to, and you can upload pictures, gifs and stuff, I think, too. So check it out if you guys were interested. Patreon.com/ear-to-ear-magic. But thank you guys for patience. We'll see if we can give you some updates here and there. Again, thank you to Susan for driving this morning. She's been driving since 6 o'clock this morning. So, and She's been driving nonstop, so I won't feel tempted to run over and sneak myself something to eat. I can't eat, so in case they have to throw me to the surgery, if I have to have a surgery on my eye after the update, if something's going wrong, they want to make sure that I don't have any issues with anesthesia. So thank you, Cindy. Appreciate that. To everybody who's popped in here today, we greatly appreciate you guys being a part of the community, for taking care of one another, and being just so kind and uplifting to the other people who are in our family here. So thank you so much, Mark. Appreciate all that. We'll let you guys know how things are going, and we will we'll keep up with you guys. What I will tell you is that it's going to be an interesting weekend no matter what happens. So thank you, Julie B. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate you guys so much. For now, you guys continue to have a great Friday, and we will give you guys some updates on the community tab and in our Patreon group chat here as soon as we get something else. So from now, as we as always, as we end our live streams, we do not in any way whatsoever apologize for advertising the fact that we want to be your travel agents moving forward. So if you guys are ready to book anything for your next vacation, whether it's Disney, Universal, cruises, all-inclusive, sandals, beaches, whatever you guys can think of, send an email. She can't answer it right now because she's driving in Miami's traffic, but she can answer it later. Send it to susanedwards@travelmation.net. Copy me and Chris Edwards at travelmation.net. Let us know how we can help you in your next vacation. And then finally, as we close out for today, as we always ask, as a community, between our community here and your actual real community, physical, in-person people that you run into, always share a laugh, share a smile, share a compliment, because you never know. Though they may be smiling, what's going on in the background, they probably could really use that from you today. So thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate it. You guys have an amazing Friday, and we will see you very soon, hopefully again next week in the park. So thanks, everybody. Have a great one.
2 lanes to take the exit to Moon